Mic check. Evening, folks. Evening, everyone. What's going on?
Welcome all massive. Not a blessed day, you understand?
It's been a crazy weekend.
Lot to be discussed.
Most definitely.
The topic of the day is Caribbean Splash. As you know, it went down this past Sunday.
Yep.
There's a lot to be discussed. Mr.CC will be on the phone line.
And you don't know, say, hey, busy himself. My call. You see me?
All right. So, let's just say we might hear from two of the most talked about individual after this event, huh?
They're the most. I know somebody else to ask the hard questions, them. You see me?
Well, we are the media, so that's what we do. We ask hard question and get valuable response. It's Gwan Road Radio. I want to thank everyone who's tuned in right now, as we bring you nothing but positive music and positive vibes.
Yes, indeed.
As we sit here, waiting for the boss lady to approach the studio, we're going to take our time. We're getting some nice and easy, warm music.
Almost.
Vibes up the place.
Vibes it up.
Definitely. So here we go now.
No trouble we, do not trouble we, no trouble we, do not trouble. No trouble we, do not trouble we, no trouble we, do not trouble. No rubber we are no chain grabber. Don't harass we, Mr. Officer, we ain't no rubber, we are no chain grabber. Hey, don't harass we, Mr. Officer. They go tell you everything that I man can remember. So what? First Saturday down in a December, we gone pan a spree downtown area. Yes, me and me manga friend, near rapper. We in a leather suit, felt and roach killer. Just watch a play in a war theater. When a car draw down, resemble night rider. We ain't no rubber, we are no chain grabber. Hey, don't harass we, Mr. Officer, we ain't no rubber, we are no chain grabber. Hey, don't harass we, Mr. Officer. True we pants foot in with socks and we shoes we match. We pocket buff off that, full up of cash. We shirt well expensive, you know we looking hot. But cap and we hit up but the peak round our back. Them no love how we look, them draw breaks and stop. We ain't no rubber, we are no chain grabber. Hey, don't harass we, Mr. Officer, we ain't no rubber, we are no chain grabber. Hey, don't harass we, Mr. Officer. Them say Jesus feast them boy, you are rubber. What kind of work you do? We are entertainer. What them call you know? Tipali and rapper. About 2 years, you know we are look for. No, no lick them salt and spit and take away in revolver. I know you sir. Mr. Kayama, you're getting mad. Give it and call a robbery down in Manchester. Tell me I into the sky and say help me father. We ain't no rubber, we are no chain grabber. Hey, don't harass we, Mr. Officer, we ain't no rubber, we are no chain grabber. Hey, don't harass we, Mr. Officer. No trouble we, do no trouble we, no trouble we, do no trouble. Hey, no trouble we, do no trouble we, no trouble we, do no trouble. We ain't no rubber, we are no chain grabber. Hey, don't harass we, Mr. Officer, we ain't no rubber, we are no chain grabber. Don't harass we, Mr. Officer.
Oh yeah, ease off and come again. Ease again. I say, ease off and come again. Ease off and come again. Hey selector, me love this rhythm. Jack it from the top and come again. Mix me operator, mix me down from the top to the very last drop. Cause I always and E round the mic me action. Hey, want you to know me are the cream of the crop. So ease off and come again.
After them fighting in the studio one day,
I have to say.
fighting. Something that them a special singer. They won't go come to when they want their dinner. Like some singers them a special singer. Won't go come to when them want their dinner. Me say mind what you doing, youth man, mind what you say. Things that you saying, children say them every day. Mind what you doing, youth man, mind what you say. Things that you saying could lead them astray. You are the special singer. We come to come to when you want their dinner. Some singers, them a special singer. Them hunger come a studio when them want them dinner. I'm talking to the DJs and the singer. But right now, me no care for you a entertainer. When me lecture to what you be teaching roots and culture. Can't teach them things that is in the water. Things like these are not easy to judge. And you make it seem impossible to do much better. Oh, me say, mind what you're doing, youth man, mind what you say. Things that you're saying, they are saying it every day. Mind what you're doing and mind what you say. Think that you're saying could lead them astray. And them a female singer. Them will come a studio when them want promoter. Them a female singer. Them will come a studio when them want promoter. And they was fighting in the studio one day. This is all that I have to say. They are fighting in the studio one day. This is all that I have to say. There's some singers, them a special singer. Uncle come a studio when them want them dinner. There's some singers, them a special singer. Them uncle come a studio when them want them dinner. So I'm talking to the singers and the day. Clean up your act and you will get your pay. Talking to all the singers and the day. Clean up your back and you will get it right away. I see some singers, them a special singer. Them uncle come a studio when them want them dinner. Some singers, them a special singer. Them uncle come a studio when them want them dinner. When me talking to the DJs and the singer. Right now me no care for you an entertainer. When you lecture to what you teach them some roots and culture. Can't teach them the youth things that's out of order. Things like these are not easy to judge. And you make it seem impossible for us to do better. Hey! And this is all that I have to say. I see them fighting. No, we present to this female singer. We can go come a studio when them want promoter. We present to the female singer. Them will go come a studio to them want promoter. I said things like these are not pleasing to judge. Clean up your act and miss a come all the time. Things like these are not pleasing to judge. Clean up your act and make it seem more better. I'm talking to the special singer. We all go come a studio when them want them dinner.
Another King Tubby production. This one is called Special Singer. Only when they want something to eat, they go to the studio. Big up to all my Instagram viewers. I want to give you guys a special shout out. Official Royal is all about Viral King. We have a few more tickets to give away tonight. Do remember, Mr.CC will be on the phone line. Super Pudgy will also be in the building. It's Gwan Road Entertainment.
I am a talk about God, and them don't have none. And some of them talk about God, and them gone dumb. All bad boy hear it, follow me now. Pam pam, the sound of the gun, we bust on the road. Yeah, yeah, pam pam, the sound of the gun, them we got. Follow me massive and crow. Pam pam, the sound of the gun, we bust on the road. Yeah, yeah, pam pam, the sound of the gun, them we got bust on the road. Follow it, so pam pam, feed the M1 belly copy and land. Pam pam. lick a sea view, pam pam. The M3 wet down at the valley, pam pam. The M4 over Portmore, pam pam. The M5 up past Standpipe, pam pam. No we not go left the M6, pam pam. That one they lick a 50 Perkins, pam pam. No we lift the M7, pam pam. That one they lick out a jungle, pam pam. No now left the N4 up, pam pam. That one they lick out a Rima, pam pam. No we not go left the 38, pam pam. That one they lick out a Miguel, pam pam. No we not go left out the 9, pam pam. That one they lick out a 3 line, pam pam. No we not go left the M10, pam pam. That one they lick a Compton, pam pam. Red River, pam Christian, pam pam. The sound of the gun, the bus on the road. Yeah, yeah, pam pam. The sound of the gun, them way and lick on the road. Follow me massive and go. Got down in a Jamaica where I and I go. Send up tribulation, I and I know. So from Kingston down to Montego Bay. So everywhere you go, me say that peer gun play. The man them a angle the gun like a toy. I shoot down one another like a them a cowboy. Now come every girl and come every boy. Pam pam. The sound of the gun, them we bust on the road. Yeah yeah. Pam pam. The sound of the gun, them we a lick on the road. Follow me massive and go. Pam pam. That one you the big showdown. Pam pam. That one they lick a vineyard town. Pam pam. That one you lick a Greenwich town. Pam pam. That one you lick a Hannah town. Pam pam. That one you lick down a Ray town. Pam pam. That one you lick out a Rose town. Pam pam. That one you lick a Spanish town. Pam pam. The sound of the gun them where you bust on the road. Yeah yeah. Pam pam. The sound of the gun them where you lick on the road. Follow me massive and crew. Pam pam. For the N1 where lick a skate land. Pam pam. The M2 a mountain view. Pam pam. The M3 down a Southie. Pam pam. The M4 out a seashore. Pam pam. The M5 out a bayside. Pam pam. No we never left the M6. Pam pam. That one they in a me district. Pam pam. No left the M7. Pam pam. That one they a Mandeville. Pam pam. No we never left the M8. Pam pam. That one they out a ID. Pam pam. No we never left out the 9. Pam pam. Policeman them have it all the time. Pam pam. No we never left the M10. Pam pam. That one they lick out of me a place. That's the sound of the gun. We bust on the road. Yeah yeah. Pam pam. The sound of the gun them where you lick on the road. Follow me massive and go. Jamaica is a land of wood and water. Some of them a say what a patience and me. Them a take you put in a fit them newspaper.
All road leads to Viral King. We have 2 tickets to give away tonight. Big up to all the viewers on the YouTube channel. We're experiencing some difficulties with Facebook, so we have to take it to the YouTube channel. All my viewers right now on Instagram, I want to give you guys a special shout out. Much love and respect. You understand? Definitely. Midas, talk to me. December 9th, 2017. What's going on, my brother?
Yeah, man. I don't know. Say, yeah, a big bad gorilla sound. You see me from straight out of Jamaica. You see me? Yeah, man. Mr.CC. Then I must. Mr.CC will be here live. You hear me, folks? Mr.CC will be here live. No fake thing. You see me? Everyone knows say anything Midas touch put on paper, him deliver. You see me? Big bad Mr.CC will be here. Remember say I mean here Midas, alright? Me touch someone, turn them in a goal. Then I must. Yeah. Where's the nuts? Big bad Mr.CC will be here. December 9th.
Comment on that. But I think I'm going to leave that. I'm going to save the one for later. That's another subject on its own. I mean, I understand. Hold on. You see, I mean, I have technical difficulty. I turn on the cap to back side. I touch me, you know. But anyways.
Shortly but slowly.
Yeah. All right. Back to the main subject now. Everybody big up on yourself who tuning in ready to walk on a road radio. You don't know we have some special topic to touch on tonight. We have a special guest in the house as well. Remember, Pudgy will be in the building. Also, we're going to have a little live interview from Mr.CC himself later on tonight. Someone to like, share, and invite everybody to this page because this is something that you guys don't want to miss. And this will be all going down.
And also.
You see that rude door? You see that?
Also.
See that?
If me turn people and go, I'm going to post a can step on them too.
Man, somebody step on you. That's all I have to say. But, see what I drum you. Wednesday night, you know, don't forget, it's not Sunday. So, I'm not Christian tonight. I'm not Christian tonight.
But,
All right.
You see me? Feel as if I step on
Me and no
some
Christian tonight. So me know some my mouth, you know some my tongue longer than rope already. All right. So be careful, man, and thief your goal. But anyways, this is Wagwan Road Radio. You know you have Midas touch in the building.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Touch and full of chat.
Always, with the whole back none.
Me say, Lord, me say, me in the mood tonight. Anybody ready? I are ready.
Well, pretty much everybody don't know some of this stuff to talk about what go on this weekend, you see it? Unfortunately, yo, big up Sheba, you call a party shot, you see it? Me hear about it, me
Did
never
you
did
go?
it. No.
Put you on blood. Shaba, he never show your party.
So Sheba, I don't know. I talk to me now. Big up Sheba, you call a party shot, although I wasn't there, you see me? And every party I can make it. The promoters them know and understand, you see me? You see me? This is a business. You can make some, you can't make the rest, you can't make the rest. That's what the thing say. But big up Sheba, me hear say a party shot, then I must.
As usual.
Moving forward, when I say what the big show name?
Oh, the Viral King?
No man. The one that kept Sunday.
Cultural.
Caribbean Splash.
Caribbean
man.
Splash.
Caribbean Splash, yeah man.
Mr.CC
Caribbean
himself.
Splash. My year say yo, that was a sellout too.
Yes, it was a good party.
It
I had.
was.
CC, big up yourself. I enjoyed the experience and thanks for the love. Me know what nobody wants to say. It was a good party. Unfortunately, things happened, but that's how it goes.
No. You build over this. So let me take care of this.
Listen,
let me take care of this.
Hello, DJ. Can you tell him no it's Wednesday and Wednesday?
Well, no, son, on a
My
Sunday.
mouth,
I
no.
understand. My
No.
understand said a Sunday, but
Sunday is I'm a Christian on Sunday.
yeah, Christian on Sunday.
Wednesday, me know me already. So talk, speak your mind and let it be free.
Never thought this. You see me?
It's
thought this.
so nice.
All right, I might have said help on the thing. There's a reason why I'm there on this. You see me? I'm in the wall, but not chat.
The floor is now open that you may enter.
Alright. Yeah, man. Mr.CC, big up yourself. For years you do this still. You see me? Years you do this. But let me show you a thing, my brother. You see, when it comes down to business and promotion and brand, you have to take care of your business proper. You can't make it shaky. You see me? Yeah, man. From what I have heard.
We're not getting to them to talk to him.
So hold on.
Make him speak.
Make
him
with
speak.
what the people must say.
Make him speak.
Wednesday, me can't talk.
Want to work with what the people must
Make
say.
him
All right, what the
speak.
people must
See,
say?
got for calling and defend himself.
What the people must say? You
Yes, man.
and me. Go ahead.
Like
Go
Killer
ahead.
say,
Go
I'm
ahead.
the poor people governor. I am the voice of the people.
Go
You see me?
ahead.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Anyway, CC, from 1 year, while I go on the road, I'm busy don't talk it. While I go on the road, I see release a apology video also. You see me? But I only can speak from behalf of the people, and the people then say, yo, or if I come to the show, for see the main act, busy signal himself, and no busy signal. Yo, my brother, if I one thing I know about business, I'm in it, not long enough, but I'm in it, I'm going to learn about it. Say, yo, anything you put on paper, you have to deliver. And you're day night longer than me, CC. Longer than me. You see me? You have to deliver. You see me? Me and my brethren, them, we buy a couple tickets. Unfortunately, I did not show up. My brethren show up. But, hey, guess what? You post a glass and me no show up. I mean, show up. Me that cross. Me that
For
cross.
what? Cross for what?
What I mean cross for what? This is about promotion. This is about promotion. Come on now. And this goes out to the rest of the promoters them. This goes out to the rest of the promoters them.
You
You
know
see
what
anything you put on paper, make sure you deliver.
You know what my problem is? There's a lot of people that's saying that Busy should I just accept whatever CC say because him they already. But well, I know them want Busy if you understand the situation as according to what CC said. But at the same time, the people that can't understand CC's situation. See how it play out?
Hold on there. Understand CC situation.
Okay, he made an explanation. He gave a public explanation as to what happened. Busy gave female explanation as to what happened. Some people are saying him they already him should have just easy and just take where CC offer.
Hold on. We have official royal. I said be realistic. What is the realistic approach, my dear? Talk to him. I could know where you're going.
Let me go
Talk to
live.
him.
Hold on.
As far as realistic goes.
I'm going live. This is gonna be interesting.
Of course, it's interesting. Because what you tell me about for people supposed to be CC side. CC need to see the picture.
No, what I'm saying is
people spend their money for see something. It's like if you go to Walmart and you buy a bottle of milk and you go home and see the milk spoil. What you do with the milk? You know, take it back to Walmart.
You missing the whole point. What I'm trying to say.
Let me think. Let me try to moderate some of this a
missing.
little bit. Yeah, business are business and whatever.
have to deliver.
Wait. No, there's sometimes things happen. We have to keep an open mind that this is real life and things do happen, and everything sometimes that's written on contract is actually gonna play out that way. So I believe, in my opinion, there's always room for a little negotiation. Whether or not a man will agree to it after the fact, it's up to him. He has all right to reject.
Of course.
He reject the right. He reserved the right to reject. But there's always room for we have that discussion to see whether or not there is a possibility of
Okay, go ahead.
of accepting that offer just for the sake of the fans. Because we don't know the full story as to why Mr.CC falls short for the balance. Whatever it may be, it is. So, in a few he will be on to tell us, and whosoever is listening right now, the actual situation. Let's see here. Hold on 1 second. We have
we have a caller.
No, on the Instagram official Royal. Let's see what she have here. Let's see what she wrote. I was born and raised in the music business, and unfortunately things happen sometimes, and we have to understand. Yeah, exactly. That's the point. Mr.CC was trying to do something good for Orlando, and unfortunately it didn't work. That's exactly...
With that part, I understand what CC said. He said, unfortunately, he was in over him head.
Right.
I do understand that part. But you see, before you reach to that place, you have to set yourself so that you don't be in over your head.
You know what? I have a comment to make on
but
that.
But the thing about it is, at what point would you know, say, this is what's going to happen? That is the thing, At what point?
All right. For instance, CC said, in his apology video, he stated that he already give busy signal certain amount of percentage of his down payment.
Right.
And he had to give him the rest. From what I take from that is CC was moving forward to deal with everyone else from the gate. You catch my drift?
Okay, nothing wrong with that.
Yes, but you have to understand, say, that in order for him to give people from the gate, that means say he would be giving the artist their pay after the performance, which the artists do not work like that. Artists want to get paid.
I'm pretty sure he knows that because he's been doing this for a while.
Yeah, but what me I say, Midas, the point where you make is a good one. But what leads to that? That is what we are trying to find out.
Yeah.
What leads to that? So it have come to that.
And that leads to whisper you said in negotiation. Unfortunately, some misunderstanding fell right there with the negotiation. If Busy Signal would have said, hey, okay, I will accept my rest of the money after the event. You see me?
But the question I ask is why it come to that? To it have to even get to the negotiation point to say then.
How? Because as like he said, maybe he was planning and covering the difference with whatever he make at the gate or something like that. Like most promoters, when they throw an event, 95% of these promoters do not have the full money to pay these DJs and artists up front. They'll have the deposit, and then what they make after the event is that's what they're gonna pay.
Right.
In his case, when you bring in an artist, you already know that you're gonna have the money once they reach at the hotel before the event starts.
Depends on the caliber of the artist, right?
Yes,
correct.
Especially, and then the thing about it, based on the conversation, he said that he offered 80%. I didn't hear anything stating that he offered 80% and then the difference later on or something like that.
Hold on. Let's official chime in again. I believe she's saying that.
Keep yourself official, Royal.
Hold on there. Let's get back to here. She said, no Midas. Most promoter wait on the gate to pay.
Yeah, but not when you bring in an artist.
Let me answer
it's a difference.
Let me answer her with that. Let me answer her with that. Okay, you say most promoters wait on the gate to pay. Alright? But you cannot do business like that. Because if you do business like that, hey, okay, let's speak about Bass Odyssey event. Remember, the Bass Odyssey event was set for September 16th.
Right.
And if I had followed you and kept that party, right? And say nobody show up, I still have to pay all the selectors and the DJs and BSRC. What if I don't have the money in my pocket to pay them? I'm gonna look on them and tell them, say, boy, nobody else come to the dance. I'm gonna let the man them come out of them bed, man who fly from Jamaica come to perform, man who dare suggest for them house leave them wife if
all right, viral king, that's something I gonna call it from now. You can call in 321-209-3782. 321-209-3782. Go ahead, you can call in.
Okay, yes. Go ahead and call in because the line is open right now. You know, we're going to accept calls because this is a very interesting topic. And I understand that everybody have their own point of view, but it's a three-way issue as far as I see it. Like now we have Nally Chef on here and saying all promoters do that wait on the gate. Yes. But listen,
not all promoters.
It's a majority. Majority. But what I'm saying is that's only when you're keeping a regular event. When you're bringing an artist,
yes, it's different.
They don't have nothing to do with the gate. You're supposed, because you know they require your money once they get here. They require the difference. So some people is saying this is just a gimmick that he put on, thinking they're here already, they're gonna accept, and then maybe him keep the other 20% for himself because he offered that. That's what some people is saying. It's just a gimmick.
No, not only that, Natalie. Not only that.
All
right, we got a caller. We got a caller here.
Line.
Call from unknown caller. To accept, press 1. To send a voice.
Gwan Road.
Hey, you guys hearing me?
Yeah,
yes.
man, loud and clear.
Okay, cool. Now, I want to speak from both perspectives, meaning from the patrons and as a promoter or as somebody who I was born and raised in this business. I am not somebody who show off. I'm not about to say who my mom is or whatever.
Go ahead, just
but
start.
The point is, let me start off being from the promoter perspective, okay? Most promoters that you people probably know is trying people. They're not sitting on millions of dollars. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So sometimes, in most cases, now I'm not saying that this is the correct way. Because as somebody who knows this business, I do understand how a contract works. I'm a booking agent myself. That's what I do every day. I book artists for shows. I work with busy. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not somebody who's just saying shit because I want to. However, but being in this business, I do understand that most promoters do not have the money like that. Because they're not millionaires. They're not AEG and these big companies who do these shows. People have got to understand it takes hundreds of thousands of dollars to do a show like that. Bottom line, if you want to sit here, let's go through money. Busy alone wanted 50 grand. They got him down to 40. Okay? Marcia Griffith wanted what? You could sit here and go through the whole work. You know what I'm saying?
With that, I understand that.
He did. Huh?
I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, like for instance, I bring artists before. Is it me? And I had to give the artist his money up front. I couldn't wait for
I know, but what I'm saying, I'm not saying you're wrong. I agree with you, but I'm just saying to you that as a human being, and even as a business person myself, I work with these artists and I book them also. And they're my very good friends. Because as I said, I was born in this business. So I'm not somebody who just came in music business. Every artist you could think of, me and them are very good friends. They're my brothers. The women, my sisters. That's how close I am with this industry. I was born in it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I'm not just saying it because of a fan. I work with them also. I book artists for shows.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know that.
I do no contract. I have my legal binding contracts. That's what I do for a living. You understand? So what I'm saying is I do understand your perspective, Maya, that you are correct, but I still have to be a human being. Okay, let me say it better. When Kerry is booking a show, because that's my name, I'm Kerry. When I'm booking a show, right? Of course, in my contract, you know the 50% deposit, I have to cut the next 50% before my artist leaves the hotel room. But guess what happened, though? Being a human being, if the promoter comes to me and say, Kerry, look, the venue not run. Me not have X, Y, Z money.
Well, yeah, with that, I understand that perfectly. I understand that part perfectly.
CC, honey, man. But I let come to CC. And all this he had to do was, I guess he don't remember who he was before now. I mean, we're talking business for real, but my point is, sometimes we can be human being too. Because the same artists that will not now go on for them, and for what does them call a friend and a man, still nothing again.
Zane.
You understand what I'm saying? So I'm still saying, come on, come in, man. Me tell you something about music and artists. When an artist comes to any show, the first thing he do is him ask how the venue see if it ram or not.
Yes, that's the first thing them ask.
If it ram. And you see if you tell him say it ram, him feel good and say yes. They're going to show you over there. You see after that, we talk money. So what I'm saying to you, let's just be realistic. Was there 3,000 people in that venue? And even if there was, the man never make it up money to see all of them. You know, I said that was going to them where they do it, and Beam where they do it, and we can name other artists who are going to just them fans that want it to promote later. So don't get me wrong, Midas. You are correct. We know how legal binding contracts work. I do it every day. I work with some of the biggest names in the music business. Even in hip-hop, more work with artists in hip-hop. But I'm just saying to you, though, at the end of the day, the facts are like in the day. You see yourself to the show never, 10,000 people never get it. So you want to never make, you know, just do the thing for your fans, then I work it out later.
Okay,
that's all I'm saying. Yes,
hold it right there, sir. Hold it right there, sir. You see with that part there? With that part the way I say. Yeah, I agree with you with the part the way I say, as far as, because I even say to myself, I say, alright, the only thing I say busy went wrong with, you already there, sir. You see me? I figure say, him should go ahead and perform for his fans.
You get 20 grand deposit and I like you come here for nothing. You don't get 20 grand already. And top of the 20 grand when you get done, your tickets them all about, your hotel your request, everything will be your priority. So come on, what we are trying to make that is, as a human being, put aside my relationship with entertainers now. Even me, I talk about as human beings. My book shows every day. And enough time I go to certain venues, I'm a fly to certain places, I'm a reach. Promoter come to me and say, Kerry, look, the money let's see. We are seeing, I go to my artists and I say to them, say, look, we are people, we are trained people, we have a lot of people, and we are rich, we're a millionaire. So yes, we know that, like, so why you think the artists don't know what I do? You know, it's okay, but I need to tell you, say, if it was Bounty Killer, he would have. If it was Beat him, and I can name other names for good. But again, I still can't be mad at this because I know it's business. But I'm just saying, we are people, we are black people, and we are trying people. Sometimes we take off the look of ego and do what is right when the son, the love, and the fans, them do it for the fans.
Well, yes. With that, I agree with you. I say him should have do it for him fans then because he's already there. And then give the business behind the door.
Let me never make the link and even go check this one in there. I vex me to go over there, you know. Can be the name with a war. Can be coming in, and that's how we grow. And that's how we was groomed in this business. You know how long we know him before he comes somebody? And I said we because I was a part of that team. He was a groom that went to Alliance. Somebody know if I want to feel like them reach. No, so, I mean, come on, man, I'm just saying, we are people. The man I tried to bring something big to the city, I applaud Mr.CC for that. Guys, he might try to do something big for the city. I sure like that should have the lineup is so huge. That should be in Miami or New York. But the man I try, we need to, when it's going to share overlook the time to John Start. The man I try to put in the city, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. I get you off your $40 or $50. I get you off whatever. But the man I don't want 100,000 in the room to try to be on something. The only way I would have agreed with them to be mad is if the artist will never come on the island on a call. Then look what
that's exactly my point. That's what I was saying too. That's what I was saying. Them already there, so therefore, just do something and work it out after. And the same thing they come down to with Capitan, and that's what Capitan said.
Yes.
And that's what CC said.
Make the people them know, say, yo, 30 and then this hour go on. Yeah, man.
That's a lot of money though that he's charging for just performing. Yeah. Maybe that's why he's acting like that, because it's his first time, and you know, income. I don't know if there's more to the story. It sounds like there's more to the story behind the scene, but I mean, I don't think it's just he don't want to perform for fund them. It sounds like there's more to the story.
No. It's not like you know I'm performing fund them. What it is never tell. In it one them can't business them kind of hand it.
Strictly business. He might keep it strictly business.
That's why I'm saying general. Him is about him will give a good show.
Exactly.
But all the simple I say is me get that and me man, me can't tell a man what not to charge or what their worth and their values. I would never do that.
Right.
Because him work hard and visit when do what all the simple I say is when you look around and see the circumstances, we are human beings. Sometimes you can put the ego aside and be a human being. doesn't matter, CC, is it the artist them did not come to Orlando? Right now, who took it off? CC and his team. What did them lose? What them lose money? Then them gain 20 grand for doing nothing?
That's a lot of money. I mean, they were here. I mean, I understand what you're saying. If it was like on the flyer and they did not show to Orlando at all, then yes, I can see the issue. But
no, so I just understand it. I get it. I'm in the business. I get it.
Remember, he's not the only. Remember, he's not the only person that refused to play. Cause you have Conscience, you have Marcia.
But I'm not for them to say so. I'm not even one. I'm not even alone say so. I'm just say overall like.
Do a show the show.
No. Here we go. Listen. At the end of the day, it's just like what Chronic say. They do it for the love and not for the likes. Alright, because if an artist, when an artist really start off and do music, majority of them start it off because they love it. And then they turn it into a business. But you still can't go and follow to the business and forget about the love. Because if they really love them craft that well, they would go up on the stage and perform. You see me? Because you already don't get. It's not like if you didn't get nothing. You already get something. So still go on the stage and perform. You see me?
But if I even support the show and a half, you're going to do one of the 30. If I even that, but you're saying just for all out and show a man say you need this and your ego turn up on your radio, you just stay in your hotel. And listen, I know I misunderstand you, I know it, but I have worked with artists like that. And we stop work with all them for the same reason they took. Because I'm showing that on the work, I want to utter not now and go on. And it's same so them same promoting and I found in the car or something. Enough time to see it every day. We must remember before all of this is what you just said, we are human beings and we are people and we are trying black people. I understand the contract, I get it all. But there's a time when you could even see America, madam.
You see?
In your case in particular. Give thanks and be grateful to the people that come out here also sit there. The man never have 10,000 people in there to make that kind of money there. You know what, I'm simple, so there's always a solution and different ways to do things.
There's always.
Always is. And I just, the way all, Mr. the people must deal with Mr.CC, it hurt me to say that because all I see from this man is somebody wanting to bring something good to the city. I don't know if you get what you ever try to do something good and turn out bad and I don't want to see it.
Yes, that happened to me before.
People, them, and ownership on him there to tell you that, it.
You see, the thing about it is, Kerry, is that a lot of people don't have the insight and the viewpoints
we see
to come from the place where you are come from. You understand that level of intelligence when it comes to the business.
But you know, at the same time, don't take your comment and look for it, say, about 3,000 people there, and if you work much in the head quick and tell yourself what that may be,
the people them, some who are bash him, them don't take time to do that. That's part of the problem as well. Them just go with the tide. You understand? So if one man say, yo, see, everybody just start say, see that.
As people, we should do better.
We should.
I think you know what I think though? Based on his experience in this industry.
You have to rise him up and lift him up and build him. You don't fight. You know, fight the one another you're supposed to build. We have, you know,
okay.
Black people. We're supposed to build one another. Now, when I say build, we build champion. We're the kill champion, we're done. You're supposed to build up the people around you. Encourage your brothers and your sisters to win. Let us all be winners. Because if the one that we are win, none of our Pitney and Grand Pitney and generations can't suffer. And that's the problem with us as black people. We love tearing each other too much. It's like a one just want to find something negative where you can't build up a man. But you can't cut a man for trying. But we're always a tearing each other. What is it benefit you to tear on the next person?
You know, benefit we know what all.
We keep on we talk about other nations and races. But look at what we do to each other every day.
What one?
Mm-hmm. We're all one and then we see one say with this. How we are tearing each other, man? When you can't see a man I try to bring something so big to the city. I want to see for the person, artists, I'm actually working out the city. And the man coming and say, offer to give them 80 or whatever, he make an offer, and you still beat him. So what kind of people, what kind of human beings have we become?
You know, everybody don't have their opinion. As some of them is based on, they claiming based on past experience. I mean, I don't know what the history is with him and putting on events. But a lot of people have different opinion of him. I mean, yes, some bash him, some say this, some say that, but I mean, I can't honestly. I really cannot blame him, even though everybody have opinion. I really can't. But then at the same time,
the only thing I have to say as far as with CC go, okay, because at the end of the day, I am still a promoter and I still have to look on it as a business perspective. Isn't it? Because
it is, and everything I'm saying, it's a business matter. You're correct. I'm saying the same thing too.
You know?
It is a business.
Yeah, I still have to look at it weird because at the end of the day, you have a little thing where you say, at the end of the day, if you're going to do something, you still have to cover your asset because, say for instance, say, let's say it was an artist where in the whole bad thing, you see me? And an artist over perform and the artist not getting money. Artists can deal with it a different way. You see me? So, as a promoter, you want to make sure.
Artists will never right to deal with nothing differently because your contract is 14, okay, you don't think you're going to don't do it. But to go a different way, no, we're going to something different because the truth is,
if
a man 14 the contract, all you got to do is just not work, which is what he did. I'm just speaking from, the human being and your fans, and there was a time when you want to one person come with your work. Now you have 1,000.
And not only that, my thing is, guys, a long time I hear about CC. You see me? My father-in-law, you see me? Him tell me about CC. Him say, yo, I don't know CC I do this. My brethren.
Hold on, I think we have another caller. Hold on.
We're going to put him on three-way. We're going to do it on three-way.
Hold on there.
Call from unknown caller. To add this caller to your current call, press 5. To accept, press.
Gwan road.
Big up a road and big up a yard, man.
How this?
Bless up.
Talk about this,
Talk to my brother. Wagwan.
Alright. What me want to imply a point on that. It seems like Midas a talk right now.
Alright, talk. Where you say? Which point?
Alright. It's my big question I want to ask everybody. I want to ask everybody where upset that business signal didn't perform. I want to ask them this one question. What song is it that they are so interested in hearing business signal sing? Because it's 2017 and business signal do not have a hit song.
Oh, it's a brother. You're so pretty.
Only Russ.
He's a smart man. He's smart. He's a smart man. I like you. You're a born one.
That man, I think we outside the box.
Russ Bobo. Big of yourself, Russ.
So when I really look into it, I'm going to have to deal with people for a more humility way. But if Busy want to go all business, we're going to deal with him all business. Okay.
Thank you.
So all business, you have to charge on what type of big promotion the Busy Signal alone can bring to that show. Cape Town name is bigger than Busy Signal international wise.
True.
Now, when
True.
you look
True
at
story.
people know Cape Town, and all these international biracial people know Cape Town, but yet Cape Town can humble himself down and still work out the show and say, okay.
Real talk.
He take the next percentage.
Listen.
Look how much time me got club, dog. Get my video team got club and we shut up all our video. We don't get all our money one time and we don't say I promote a new Gwan. Link up with that thing, if anything, balance that out with a backlog, balance that out with that entry and lay and tell you know it thing go. And I saw you get your strength from there on. But no, man. It's like, even a competition to get rich like alkaline, man. You just need to go bleach.
Fire, Russ, fire. Fire.
Melody God just comment on the page. Where
Melody God says CC, not for putting at where him can't reach. Yes,
yeah,
you know what? I mean, I'm a promoter as well, but at the same time, like I said, I feel like CC have enough experience.
Exactly.
You know when can manage and when can't manage.
That's what
I'm just saying. I mean, I look at the flyer alone, can tell us that it's gonna be expensive.
Yes.
And especially the price where my youth are charged. Me not tell you if you go sit on one side with that. You understand? If you know you can't handle that, then don't deal with it. You know it's gonna cost you.
No, I not say him know and way him never know and way him coulda know. Him make a a calculation and automatically it never really add up the way him see it. So
Never tell you know why.
I would not make a calculation on an artist. I'm sorry to say. If me I bring an artist, go ahead.
Now, I tell you why the man failed. The turnout of fun that he thought with the signal would have been able to attract
didn't come.
failed.
Yeah, yeah.
This signal couldn't attract enough funds to add up to the price that business signal was charging, because if business signal did attract enough funds, that one would have enough money. So business signal need to be blamed for his brand not attracting enough people to see out the same girl. What the fuck is going on?
All right, here we go on. We are go get Mr. CC on the line in the next 2 minutes. So I want the guys stay tuned and listening for his feedback and opinion on the whole thing. You understand?
All right, you hear that?
Yeah, I hate that, man. And in the meantime, somebody saying busy one of them bleaching cleaner alkaline I use, because it now works steam dog.
Fire Ras,
When
fire.
I find out what can I use, let me know, yeah?
Baba, we're Rasta, we are talking about cream. Eh?
Hey, that's not real cream.
Now works steam, man. Now works steam, man.
Yeah, 15 minutes.
My YouTube,
All right, my brother. Much respect for the calling. Bless up yourself.
Bless Ras.
Ras, bless up yourself. Everybody stay tuned.
Official.
Yeah, man.
All right, baby.
Everything he said, I totally agree with him.
100%. 100%. How can you not?
No, the thing is, after the fans them to start treat artists. When you're not off with us, now walk with us.
Do you think I think he lost some fans from today.
Here and the year before and just stop using them. Since that's how now go treat people.
All right, here we are. Get Mr. You want to hold the line for me? We get Mr. CC on the line.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, hold line.
All right, we're about to get Mr. CC on the line right now to try to share his side of the story. So make sure to share and like the page then. Make sure Keisha steps on. Make sure to share and like that page.
Evening, Magena. What's up, man?
Yes. Respect.
All right, Mr. CC, we're there now and, just have this discussion as far as the event go. And I'm sure you're aware of all that have been said thus far. And, this is the place and time for you to kind of... We also have another promoter on the line as well, Miss Kerry, and I'm not sure if you're familiar with her, so she's on the line as well. Just to give you a heads up on that.
Evelyn CC, Evelyn, Midas Touch, a.k.a. Jedi Day. So talk to her now.
Respect.
Talk to her.
Yes, there's so much, but you know what? Instead of hype, I have the facts. I'm just gonna dwell on facts.
Yeah, just go by facts, right? And that's what we really need. Is it? Got the fans them want to know. Everyone want to know. Walk on the road, we definitely want to know. Talk to it.
And of course, most people probably by now have seen my apology video.
Yes, we saw it.
And most people who know me know that's coming from the heart, because again, over the years, people can say whatever they want to say, but I've been in this for the love from day one. And like I said, the perfect analogy from Chronics is I'm in it for the love and not for the likes. It's not about the money, it's the love of the music. And it's always been like that for me. I mean,
right.
People love to talk about the present and not the past. But I mean, there is no future without past. There's no future without a past.
Show that.
It's past, present, and future. That's what life is about. Past, present, and future. So whoever wants to knock whatever I've done in the past, I'm okay with that. But it's part of our heritage and our culture.
Okay.
It's part of your character. You don't just suddenly become a king or a queen overnight. It builds.
Can't forget you ups and downs.
And people tend to have amnesia when you do certain things. I mean, I'm coming from doing parties where I have my birthday bash and I have like 5 or 6 acts, and then I bring a premiere act on as a special guest that no one knows about. Not even my own crew would know. I remember one birthday bash I had, it was hosted by Taurus Riley. And he's the only one that knew that I had Mr. Vegas as a special, as a surprise guest. No one in my camp knew. He thought he was on the bill. And then he kept asking me all night, where's Mr. Vegas? Where's Mr. Vegas? And I had to tell him, I had to try to tell him, shh. And at the end, when everything was done, we bring him out as a surprise. These are the things I do. I do this for the love, not for the like.
Nice, nice.
I went over my head on this one, and that's what I apologize for.
Respect you for saying that.
I went over my head. I went over my head. And I always try to do bigger and better things for Orlando. I always try to put us at the top of the musical industry. And we're fighting the numbers game. We're talking about, I've done events that rival events that are kept in Miami and New York, the two major cities in this U.S. territory. And those cities have over 1 million or over a couple million Jamaicans, plus other Caribbean people. We here, we're lucky if we have a 50, 60,000 to choose from. They have millions to choose from. So it is a much bigger risk when we do that. And that's why we usually have to keep the price even lower, because we're dealing with such a diverse set of people that we're trying to attract. So we keep the price low. So someone that don't necessarily love reggae might say, hey, you know what, I'm coming out for this event because, you know, it's a family fun day and I don't have to pay that much. I can come enjoy myself and eat some Caribbean food. But again, we make mistakes, and you know, I am human. I do bleed. I'm not God, and I went over my head. And I really, I'm never shy or afraid to say that I did not have the pull enough money. I overestimated the headliner. Let's just get to the point.
Okay.
I overestimated the headliner. The fact that Busy Signal has never been here in Florida, I went overboard. His price I considered his price too high for someone being in the business for 35 years. I personally thought his price was too high. People around me who was involved, you know, said, no, they think we should get him. I didn't want to pay that price. Eventually I did. And of course, right now, I'm getting knocked for it because that was a bad decision. You know, the entire crowd, the entire crowd that paid was less. We got less paying customers than when I had Barry Hammond by himself in Hard Rock. We had less paying customers.
Wow.
Just to give
That's
you
a
an
big
example
statement
of
right
the
there.
type of loss that I was facing.
Oh, wow.
I paid the venue. Like I went out, I said, I'm trying to get quality event for Orlando. I look out for our culture, always did. So that's even from day one when I used to do Jamaica Me Crazy, and I tried to go to some venues that normally we could not get. So I would go to some of the venues, like some of the prime venues downtown, because I said, yo, well, big up reggae music, I let them know Ray Gwan. I was the first one I started to do Hard Rock when no promoter would venture to go into Hard Rock because it's so expensive. I took the chance and I went in there and started doing regular events in Hard Rock every year. So Jamaicans can sit back and brag, or whole island people. Because I look out for the whole island. Because when I introduced soca to Jamaica Me Crazy, I used to have some of my own people come and say, you should have called it Soca Me Crazy, the ones who don't like soca. And when I play hip-hop, they say, call it America Me Crazy. Because I try to just bring a whole melting pot together.
Got you.
And the whole idea was to build the brand of reggae music to a point where everybody can appreciate it.
See. So let me ask you a question, CC. Sorry for cutting it. So differently from Busy, what about the other artists then?
Okay, so all right. Basically, the monies that were available, I was nowhere near being able to complete this event. So I had to go back to the drawing board and said, okay, I had to make a decision. Do I just pick one or two artists and say forget them and cut them? that could have been one decision that I could have made. But I said no, because some people come in for this one, some people come in for that one, some people come in for that one. So my decision now was, okay, let me try and see if I can negotiate with everyone. If everyone negotiates with me, I can put everyone on stage. And that was the direction I went.
So did the artist then decide to work with you?
And basically what happened was all the acts that performed did decide to work with me. Now, Busy Signal, like I said, I ended up paying a lot more. I thought he would have been able to draw more, which I ended up being proved wrong. His draw is not as much as I had anticipated. So therefore, I was facing a upward struggle from day one. Now, the extra stuff that I had to do just to secure Busy and try to make him comfortable, I did everything. I did everything with every artist. Everybody got their full deposit. Everybody came, they got their per diem. Matter of fact, only one artist didn't get his per diem. The only reason he didn't get his per diem is because he got to the hotel late when my rep that had the per diem had already left because it was late, and he came in late. Conscience was the last act to come to the hotel, but everyone was here. Now, when we got on the phone and we started negotiating with everyone, and basically the 4 that did not perform are the 4 that refused to negotiate. And come to find out, after I made my apology, I'm scrolling down because I'm looking for what people have to say. Because, I'm always curious. I see some of the typical people who I know who have hated me from day one, and they're still bashing me no matter what I say. I mean, if I bring God down, there's some people that's still going to hate or still going to say whatever. And people have a right to be mad. I know that, and I'm okay with that. But what did happen today was something that opened the eye. There was one person that came on and said Busy should still give half a show at least because he got half his money. One of the reasons why a lot of people were mad with Busy's assassination of my character, the way he did it, he acted as if he got no money. He was just here chilling, and CC never paid him a dime. So we have to make sure everyone knows he did get his full deposit. Otherwise, he would have never been here.
Exactly.
Not only that.
That's understandable.
Not only that. Huh?
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. Not only that. Furthermore, I tried to get Busy, seeing that he was going to be here for the first time in Florida. I said, you know what? I'm there hoping that he's going to have this massive draw that never happened. But anyway, I was still working towards that, and I'm hoping it's going to happen. So I reached out and said, let's get Busy in one day early to do the radio interview because on Saturdays they don't do the interview on the beat. So I arranged the interview with the beat for Friday. I reached out to Business Camp and I said I would like to bring you in one day early. His contract stipulates for me to fly in 10 people. That's his contract, which of course I signed, so I agreed to it. But his contract says I have to bring in 10 people with 2 business class, 2 first class tickets. Anyway, I said, look, can we get you and one of your crew, whether it's a manager or whoever, you plus one, because we know you're not going to come by yourself. So you plus one to come one day early so you can do the radio interview. And then I'll fly in the rest on Saturday like we originally planned. He came back and said, no, I have to fly in 5 people. I'm like, 5 people? I said, I only need you to do a radio interview. Why are you going to stick me up with 5 people? Can you please just come in with 1 so we can do the radio interview and we fly everyone in the next day? He said, no, forget it then. It's 5 or nothing.
Oh, that's really hype for real.
So I thought about it for another day, and then I decided, again, I took up some extra expense on my head again, and I said, you know what? I really want this to work. I'm going to do it. So I fly him in, 5 of them, one day early. Mm-hmm. That's 4 rooms. They actually allowed me to do 4 rooms instead of 5. So I did 4 rooms for that extra night. Then I had to do per diem for the 5 of them for that extra night, which was never in the original budget. So now I'm already going over budget with them again. All right. Then I had to get a SUV and a driver for an extra day. Got them picked up from Miami Airport, brought them up. We did the radio interview, got them their rooms and per diem and everything. Everything was fine. We were fine. They did an interview. They did a drop. He did a drop with me, holding up the poster. He was happy. Everything was fine. I don't know what happened between that time and then, but up to the point that Busy Signal, up to the point where I flew him and his crew in, put them up, did the interview and everything. By the time that was done, the monies I spent on Busy Signal alone came up to $32,000.
Oh my goodness.
People don't understand the gravity of this.
Okay.
This is not a game. This is some serious money we're talking about.
I got a question for you. Hold it right there, sir. I got a question for you. All right. Okay then. So you flown up Busy and his crew, right? You say you spend 30 grand just by dealing with everything else with Busy Signal. During that whole time.
Yes. Before we're not talking about anything else. We're talking about his plane ticket,
exactly,
his per diem, his hotel, and his deposit. I ended up spending $32,000 just to get him here in Orlando.
Okay, my question to you is, while Busy Signal was here in the United States, in Orlando, did you and Busy Signal have any other conversation as far as how he would get the rest of his money deposit paid off?
No, well, contractually, he gets his money on the night of the show, on the day of the show.
Okay.
So there's no reason for me to anticipate that I'm going to be short. So there's no need for a discussion for that. I'm hoping that everything is going to be fine. I'm going to get enough people to where I can get this man this money on time before it's time for his performance. Because that's how it is. Usually you get the money together like an hour before his performance. That's how the contracts read.
Okay.
So, I'm going along and trying to get monies together, hoping that I can get to that. When it got to the point where I realized there's no way I can do it, that's when we had a whole hour of DJing, because I am with the agent in the front of the venue, at the front of the venue by the gate. I'm with the agent, and we're working. We called Busy within the last 3 hours, between 6:30 and 9:30. We talked to business management 15 times, trying to negotiate if he could just take less money, because it was impossible to give him the money. But it's almost like to give him all his money, we would have to cut like 3 acts.
Let me ask you something really quick, Mr.CC. So why is it that in the actual video, Busy Signal is claiming that him, Marcia Griffiths, and others were trying to reach out to you and nobody can find you?
Exactly.
Well, that's why there's always 2 sides to a story.
Yeah, because I'm saying Orlando is so small. Where could you have hidden?
Huh?
Orlando is so small. Where could you have been hidden where nobody can find you?
Exactly. I was with him. That is crazy. I was with Busy at a meet and greet at Caribbean Sunshine Bakery. Busy and Christopher Martin was there. Remember, they all get per diem. By the way, per diem for all the entourage that I brought on the show, the per diem for these guys. If people don't understand what per diem is, on the contract you pay per diem, which means it's supposed to take care of their little necessities like food and drinks and whatever that they buy.
Right.
And the per diem for everybody that I flew in, my per diem came up to $7,000. $7,000. Busy alone for his stay here received $3,000 for per diem. Busy said they never talked to me. First of all, I talked to Busy's band because I had to bring them for sound check. There was a country and western show the day before. So the sound had a problem getting up early. The sound system, they got up later than usual. That was not my fault. I told the band, I told Marcia that night, Saturday night, I told Marcia, sound check is at 10. I told the band, that business band, because business band was the one that was going to back Marcia. I had to pay business band extra. So they were going to back Marcia. So they said they were going to do sound check, and then they do like a little run through, a little rehearsal for Marcia. So really and truly, by the sound man running late, and they didn't get to do sound check till after 12, then there was no way to bring Marcia again, because now the doors are being opened. And Busy also wanted to do a sound check with his band, so I guess he was upset too, because most artists don't do sound check, just the band do it. But apparently, from what the band is telling me, he does sound check too. Now Marcia got upset because she didn't do sound check, and because I told her sound check was at 10, she came down early, and she was upset that nobody got to her. But I was talking to the band. I just didn't know the band didn't tell her. But I told her I would have called her when I'm going to get her picked up. I never called her. So she's using that as miscommunication, that I never called her and I treat her bad. And now Busy Them was saying that, oh, you treat the reggae icon bad.
Well, that's
but
a lot.
the sound was running late. So there was nothing I could do with that. Not only that, Busy said that he never heard from the promoter. That's a blatant lie. I sent one of my drivers with his $1,300 per diem for that day that he had to give to his manager. So how on earth could he have not heard from the promotion? How? He got his $1,300 per diem. It didn't just fall out the sky. I sent my driver to the manager, gave him his number, and called him and gave him the $1,300. And then that same driver brought the band, his band, to do the rehearsal. So how did you not hear from the promoter at all? That's a lie. So you can't go on your 1 million plus social media and say those blatant lies about someone.
Got you.
Now come to find out, one of his crew, and he goes by the name, he went on my page. And sometimes life has a way of just, you get lucky when certain things pop up and you find out what really went down. Okay, so someone named Orlando Craig went on my page and said, Busy should have still given a show because he got half his money, whatever. And remember, he called me a thief. But yet he got half the money. He got $3,000 in per diem. I paid for his 10 plane tickets and his 10 hotel rooms, including suite.
God.
All that was paid. It's not like, you just came, you just dropped off a turning truck or you came here on a banana boat. Everything was paid for. Right? Now, you on his rant, he acted like he never got a dime. Like he just popped up here. And I totally ignored him and refused to pay him.
Busy signal, away there, call in.
So, I mean, he haven't made any statements saying that he's going to try to do something with the little half of the money that he made? Or contractual-wise, he's not obligated to do so?
Well, contractually, what he's going to do, like whenever an artist does this, what they do is hide behind the black and white. And they're going to say, well, contractually, they don't have to. If I offer, because I offered him most of his, I didn't offer him the full balance because there's no way I could have done it. But because I had problems, and and that's where I have to take the blame, and that's why I had to take the blame and apologize to my fans in Orlando. But I offered him. It's not like I told him to come work for free. Well, not for free. He already get half the money. But I didn't ask him, okay, your balance is X a month. I'm going to give you $500 or whatever. No, I offered him most of his balance.
Okay,
contractually, he doesn't have to take it. And some people who would side with Busy is going to say, to hell with CC. The man need all the money, business is business, and you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that.
All right,
and I'm okay with that. And that's why I have to take.
CC, let me say something on that, because at the end of the day, you can't really say most people are going to say, oh, to hell with CC or wait. Let me show you a thing, CC. At the end of the day, you also have to understand, say, this is a business. You see me? Alright, you go so boom.
Exactly.
You go so boom. Say busy charge you 75. You see me? And you go so boom, you give him 50. Right? And you're supposed to give him back the next 25. And you step to him with, say, 15. Okay, you step to him with 15. Him can either say yes, he will take the 15, and he can say no, him not take the 15. You see me? And then idea, you still have to look upon it as business. You see me? And then different from him standpoint now, him can look upon it and say, alright, guess what? We're a human being, things happen. You see me? I'm done there already for the fans. Let me go and perform. Yo, CC, you don't give me enough. Let me continue and perform. That's what the thing said. Because you can't show blame. You can't show blame, and him not really supposed to show blame. You see me?
Right, and that's why in my apology, I put the blame on me. I didn't put it on Busy, because contractually, I have not, fulfilled my part of the deal. So that's why I'm taking full responsibility. But at the end of the day, when he does a rant and act like he never got any money and never even mentioned that he was offered a portion, like he made it sound like I didn't. That's my problem with that.
Yeah,
the perception was that he never got any money, and and I tried to get him for like nothing or offered him crumbs. Busy signals. His balance was 17,500 after I already spent 32,000 to get him here.
Wow.
Let's just make this clear. This is a lot of money we're talking about here. Yes, I took it on, and it's my fault, and it's my problem. But at the end of the day, when you come and you say I steal people's money, there's a lot of money being spent here. $32,000 was spent to bring you here. 32,000 was spent to bring you here. 30,000 was spent to put you in a quality venue so Orlando could see a quality event. There was money spent. Nobody stole anybody's money. You go on there bashing me saying I steal people's money. Monies were spent. $45,000 was spent in deposit to all the artists that you saw on that bill. I sent $45,000 to Jamaica. They did not come here just on no, hey, what's up, come through. $45,000 was sent to Jamaica.
So, got a question.
$30,000 was paid up front for the venue. Do the math, people. It's $75,000. We're already at $75,000. Then when they got here, I had to spend $7,000 on per diem alone for them. Then all the plane flight came up to $18,000. The hotel that all of them were in came up to $11,000.
Let me ask you a quick question.
Nobody can steal no money here. There's a lot of money there that can never be recovered. Ain't nobody stealing nobody's money.
Let me ask you this really quick. In your apology, you also made a plea as to pay the rest of the remainder of the balance and have them come and do a free show. Is that offer still standing?
Yes, that offer is still standing. It's still standing.
Have you gotten any response since that?
Because no, I have not got any yet because I think some of them are on the cruise. So I probably won't get a response till after the cruise. But that has been sent out to those 4 acts. It has been sent out to those 4 acts.
So you've just.
But I just want people to know the gravity of the situation and the amount of money that was spent. So for someone to not be able to come up with some money, they have to understand it was a lot of money. This show needed thousands of people to even break even, and it was not there. I overestimated that Busy, by being the first time here, would have been able to draw more people. He didn't.
You know them.
Not.
The other thing is, just like you stated, you underestimate Busy. That way, a lot of people are come from the angle of your experience. You know what I mean? They must say is that
with the experience. No, but again, I'm not God. And,
right.
I learned my mistakes, and I have made mistakes before, and I'll make them again. I'm not God. So I will make errors. I will make bad judgment. I don't do them often. I don't do them a lot, but that will happen. And I took a chance with him based on him never being here for 15 years.
Right.
That's why
right,
I took that chance.
Right. Understand.
That's why I took that chance. Now, I'm going to tell you the twist to this is this person came on my apology and said Busy should have done half a show or whatever.
Right.
Now, someone named Tall God Turf came on and said, you are clueless about music. That promoter should be banned from keeping concerts. Man is a liar, a fake, a thief, and a fraud.
Jesus.
That's what he went on there and
Assassination.
said. So I said, that was a little. So when I saw that, I said that was a little drastic. So I said, let me investigate who this guy is. So because Turf rings a bell, because Turf is also Busy Signal's brand.
Yeah.
Music.
Yes.
So when I checked on the page to see who it was, guess what? This was one of the 5 that I flew in on Friday.
Oh, wow.
Jesus, please.
So I said, wow, how this is a small world. So I said, okay. So guess what? I decided to respond. So I responded and I said, I know you have to defend your artist because I realize now he is part of it. And I see him, he's an artist too. He's an upcoming artist apparently. And he has a song with this guy named T-Timos, who I worked with several years ago, that he used to be one of the main, he's a wicked drummer from Jamaica named T-Timos. And I said, okay, I saw T-Timos. So I said to him, I said, first of all, you should have done your research on me instead of trying to call me names. But it's all good. You need to ask T-Timos about me. I could not be doing this for 35 years and be a thief, a liar, and a fraud. Okay. He came back and he said, if only I could send you an audio of all the WhatsApp people have sent. Your reputation is very nasty. And it doesn't matter how many shows you did over the years, how many artists you booked for the show, how many performed. If you was a good person, listen to this, because this one is for the record books. If you was a good person, this is coming from Busy's team. He's here. So either he wrote this by himself or Busy instructed him to write this response. So he said, if you was a good person, they would have all came down and support you regardless, because not all the time things run smoothly. Instead, the majority decided to make, listen to this one, this is crucial. The majority decided to make a sacrifice for the fans and take a stance against you. People of Orlando, Busy Signal, they conspired. Him, Conscience, Marcia Griffiths, and Christopher Martin. I don't know if Christopher Martin conspired because he was at the venue for 2 hours. But I'm sure of, obviously, Marcia Griffiths, Conscience, and Busy Signal. They conspired not to negotiate with me, sacrifice their stand with their fans to take a stance against me, the promoter.
So I have a question for you. Why do you think why do you think some of these people have this hostility against you? Why? I mean, is there something that we're missing?
Well, listen to, but you got to listen to what he said. The WhatsApp people that have sent to them that my reputation was nasty, whatever the case may be, and it doesn't matter how many shows you did over the years. That's what he's saying. But that WhatsApp thing, I don't know how that relates to before the show, because obviously they could have never gotten that before the show. So obviously that's a mishap with him right there. Now he went further on to say, I responded to him and I said, if you got audios, those are from haters and friends of my competitors. I said, ask T-Timos about me. Ask Steve Locke, who was the production manager from Jamaica. Ask Beres. Ask Buju. Ask Beanie Man. Ask Freddie McGregor about me. You guys are assassinating my character and you don't know me like that. Okay. Then he came back and he said, no one's riding. How can you have an icon waiting for you in the lobby from 8 a.m. to 11:30 p.m., clueless about what band they're going to rehearse with. Everything was chaos, nightmare. I was there in the lobby. I heard every artist express their grief and frustration. If it was a credible and nice person promoting the show, the artist would have simply overlooked it.
So basically, hold on, that sounds like them come from a place of hearsay before them
that's
even.
That's what I'm saying. That's my whole point. This is the first time I'm booking you. I overpaid you, and this is your response?
So it's like it was planned, it was premeditated.
Listen what he said. He said the artist would have simply overlooked it and performed for the fans. That guy is an asshole. He don't like disrespecting people, but he's the one that put himself in that position. He's a liar and a fraud. He goes back to that again. This is a serious vendetta that I don't even know these guys. So this is the first time I'm booking him. No, Marcia Griffith, I already sent a message to her. I said, if you're a part of this, Marcia Griffith, I'm disappointed because I've booked you several times. I've done like 8 shows with Barris Hammond where Marcia Griffith was his second vocal on the show. We've never had a problem. I booked Marcia separately and brought her here and had a great show. Never had a problem with Marcia. How could you be a part of this collusion against me? I'm disappointed. I sent her that message. She hasn't responded yet, but I'm disappointed at that because she knows better. She has worked with me several times. That's why I did not book Marcia from an agent. I booked Marcia direct. I pick up the phone and call Marcia direct. I booked her direct. So for Marcia to bash me, that was a bit disappointing for me.
All right, Mr.CC.
But for everyone to sit there, yeah.
No, I have just to let you know, I have a viewer who also have a question for you, so I'm gonna chime in whenever you're finished. Yeah. I'm gonna let you finish, but I have somebody have a question for you, okay?
Yes.
All right, we have Prophet. Prophet, you said you have something to say?
Yeah. What's going on, Mr.CC? One thing I didn't like is this.
I can't hear him, I can't hear him.
Tell him to hold on.
Hold on 1 second, Prophet. Hold on a second.
All right.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
All right. What's going on, Mr.CC? One thing that I looked at that I didn't like, and I can see where Mr.CC is coming from. Me, and even there was another DJ that flew in, that weekend, and he really brought it to my attention. He was like, "Yo, it's messed up that nobody from none of the real performers or nobody even promoted the fact that they was in Orlando." You understand? If you didn't really know about this concert, you didn't even know that certain artist was going to be on the show, and that was very unfair. And that wasn't nice at all. That's why it was such a bad turnout. Because at the end of the day, yes, a lot of locals knew about the show and knew about, okay, they going to the show because there's a lot of people. But the Charlie Blacks, even Charlie Blacks, I'm not sure the situation with Charlie Blacks and Mr.CC, but that same Sunday, Charlie Blacks was in Jamaica, if I'm not mistaken, or the day before. Because they didn't put up and say, oh, I'm going to be in Orlando, or I'm here, or what's going on in Orlando, how's everything in the city, make sure y'all come out in the city. I'm not sure if that's in the contract that they don't have to, or what the case was, but that was very disrespectful and very terrible on their part to not even give the acknowledgement to say that they're going to be here.
Yeah, with that, I agree with him 100%.
And that is real talk, and I respect that, and that is real talk. And you know what? Like Caperton was the only one that, well, let me see. But I'm sure about Caperton. He went on his website, he went on his Instagram, he went on his Facebook, and he promoted he was going to be here.
But
the funny thing about...
Sorry for cutting it, but with that also, at the end of the day, with that also, like what Prophet just spoke about, that still plays a part on the promoter, because a promoter job is to get in touch with whosoever them having on the show and
But
let
we
them know.
we do, and we ask them to do it, and they don't do it. We can't. They don't promote it. That's why I don't depend on an artist to promote my stuff. You know what? My budget for promotion was $40,000. $40,000. I guarantee you, there's no promoter ever in Orlando that ever spent that much money on promotion. I guarantee you that. $40,000 was my budget for promotion. I promoted in every city in Florida. And let me tell you, I asked them to promote. They did not promote. Busy Signal on his Facebook page never promoted the event that he was going to be here. But yet he turned around and bashed me. 1 million plus fans.
No, man.
And he bashed me on his Facebook.
We saw a promotion from Busy. Which promotion was that? I actually did saw a promotion from Busy.
And I see Charlie. Somebody said Charlie.
No, on Instagram.
He did. Promo from Busy, Charlie Blocks, and
he posted the commercial on Instagram. Busy posted the commercial on Instagram.
So basically, they didn't do enough.
But when?
No.
When did they do it? The day
they
of?
didn't.
Okay.
They didn't.
That's not good enough. If it's
So, okay, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? What's the conclusion to all of this? What's the next foot forward?
Well, the only foot forward is to offer them to come back and I give the people a free show. That's my only other option. I can't force them. I can ask. I can request, and that's what I'm doing.
I got a question. Did you reach out to Busy after the whole incident?
He said he couldn't.
I couldn't. They won't have anything to do with me. They even bashed the agent like she was a promoter. Violet is not a promoter. She is the agent that booked him.
Got you.
So
She's the agent that booked him.
Let me ask you.
I just overestimated Busy. Busy since he got his visa. He's got it a long time now, and he only had the New York show. Then he did a Boston show that was flopped, and then he did Atlanta show where the promoters lost. It wasn't good either. So this was the next one. Nobody wants to pay him the money that I paid him.
So you took
Nobody wants to pay him. He can't get bookings because he's overpriced. I took that chance for Orlando to give them an opportunity to see him for the first time, and that was a mistake that I made.
We'll have someone else chiming in real quick, Mr.CC.
We have Cupid on the line right now.
One of the performer.
Cupid, you're live and ready whenever you're ready.
Yeah, man. Go on, show Cupid.
Yeah, man. Bless up. You know, I was there throughout the whole thing, and as I say, it was a big disappointment and everything. And as an artist, enough things we got through backstage as far as we get paid and stuff like that. And if you're in the business long enough, almost have to that's part of the business. I'm not gonna say it's okay. That's the most frustrating part of the business is that part with the promoter, the communication and stuff. There's middleman and booking agents, there's manager. You understand? The way I sum up the whole what happened Sunday was a breakdown in communication, because you have CC I run the whole thing. CC have people where I deal with film thing. Marcia have middleman. You have booking agents. There's so many people. So when Marcia Griffiths end up being stuck in the hotel, me as an artist can tell you, say, bad treatment is something that artists take very serious. Me can tell you that. So there's something that I'm talking on a artist perspective. When you get certain bad treatment, you forget about the money and your fans. You start thinking about, how hurt and how disrespected you are, especially, for a legend. So I can understand how she was feeling. But I think what the mistake that was made is that there was a breakdown in communication with she letting everybody and letting CC know that, listen, me at the hotel, what's going on. That's basically what caused the whole thing. And then now when Busy come out now and artists them see Marcia Griffiths in at the hotel, them look on it as a diss, the legend in the hotel all these years, all these hours and thing. Me can personally tell you that CC want to deal with Marcia Griffiths like that. I can't tell you that straight up. There had to be some form of communication breakdown from Master Griffiths to CC, letting them know that, listen, Master Griffiths and I don't telling her, what can we do? And I'm sure he would have sent somebody to cater to her and make sure she all right and explain to her what was going on and everything like that. Throughout the whole, CC organizing the show, CC can't tell you this. I mean, I hide. I'm going to tell you the truth about everything. I was worried about the amount of artists that CC had on the show. I mean, I say, CC had enough artists that's in a bedroom car. That's an overkill. But if anybody knows that particular show where CC keep every year is always full of artists like that. But this year, it had more headliners. That show could have been too short. If CC could have split that show in 2 nights and make it a dancehall and a
culture.
And reggae.
I agree with you with that.
That's how much artists there was. That was an overkill, and I told him that. Because he's a person where I try to bring Orlando to a level like Miami and New York. Remember, it's only New York and Miami alone bring these kind of shows. So you have the whole East Coast between Miami. And so if you want to see a big show like that, you have to drive. We're lucky that we're there 3 hours from Miami. You have some people who live North Carolina, South Carolina. Them either have to go New York or Miami to see a show like this. And CC didn't want to bring Orlando to a level, being that Orlando is a big, big tourist area. For all people come from all over the world to come here. So
that is
he wanted dancehall to be on a level where it's like Miami and New York and people can drive all over. And I think it was a little bit over ambitious, but it was done with a good heart and with a good intention. But they just fucked up with the numbers, with the amount of artists and the amount of people that they assume would come. I feel like Orlando audience has been dwindling throughout the years. We talk about it through the dancehall, and it's affecting the big show them also. Don't feel like say because the dance them where you see get 500 people on a normal basis, I get 200, 250 people. It's the same thing for the stage show them where you see get 10,000, 8,000. Cause remember, me up on enough of them big show there. I me see them. Me up on big show with Dennis Brown and Barrington Levy, and some kind of big legends CC used to have on them show there at the park. You understand? And them used to work. And my thing is, in Orlando, I speak as an Orlando resident now. As an Orlando resident, there's nobody else that keeps this caliber of shows. If somebody was to bring Busy Signal for $40,000 in Orlando, I don't think we would ever get to see Busy Signal, because who can afford that? Where can you put him to make back your money? And I understand that's what he feels like is worth, because an artist is supposed to charge the maximum amount of money that they feel like they're worth.
Yeah, that is the truth.
But let me tell you something. Once you reach to the level of 30,000, 40,000, and if your money shot 2,000, if your money shot $3,000, I can't tell a man what to do, but I feel like for the fans that's out there waiting for you, them. And then your band,
that's the point. Everybody come back to Cupid.
Yeah, them artists that have band members also, where them have to pay, So when them turn down the money because it was $2,000 and $3,000 shot, it's not fair to the fans, and it's not fair to everybody. Because I don't like say I'm gonna try to hold back money, and say me I go give you $3,000 less. It's because the turnout wasn't the way it was. And as an artist, every artist, no matter how much them promise you, once you go there and you see say the turnout never right, you have to negotiate. I saw it go. Me do show already, man, fly me out already and do show already, And after the whole of we perform, and with the backstage, and the manager or whatever, the booking people, them try to get the money. And you don't see all a man, because most of the 90%, 95% of the promoter them in a dancehall and reggae music are drugs, man. Same street road. So when we are waiting for our money, we are man just say, yo, which bucklat money? Yo, me not no money, me not make no money, and the place ramming up. And guess what? Everybody have to go back at the hotel with no money. Because those things happen in dancehall, because dancehall is just grimy like that. You understand? But CC is not.
You
That
say
type
Cupid,
of,
you
know,
look on
him
it from a...
him is a real
You look on
promoter.
it from a...
And him not really... And I feel like CC should have do a better job in explaining to the people and break it down and the numbers and things.
Yes.
And I also... And I wrong him for going a little bit overboard, but it was done in a good intention.
No, I understand
You
where
know?
CC come from. Now, CC, I do it for the love, which I myself would have tried my best to do it just like that. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to cover my assets. I have to make sure I have things in the background prepared so that what happened to CC wouldn't happen to me. But I understand where him come from, where him say him want to do it for Orlando, let the people them enjoy the show, you know, and him do it for the love. That's understandable. As far as the artists them go, the artists them also should have see with him and understand and say, yo, my day already. Let me do it for the love, for my fans them, because yo, my day already.
But the point where Cupid touched upon earlier when him open, as him say with the Marcia Griffith situation, that is probably
that's what I think
the
also
key
pissed
thing
off
everybody,
the artists them.
and them conspire against the whole negotiation type thing and take a side door upon the whole situation.
Because
is CC still on the phone?
Yes, CC.
I want to hear his opinion. I mean,
Yeah,
regards
man,
to
I'm
what?
here. I'm here, man. But yeah, listen, man.
Won't finish?
No, like we said, the biggest problem I have now, as I found out from the camp, was that for you to conspire against the promoter and sacrifice the fans, and it came out. It's right there in black and white. No, that is dangerous. That is just that. I don't know what word. I need an adjective for that, because that is just.
But I mean, there has to be a
I need
reason.
an adjective for that. Enough to help me, because you don't do that. How can you know that there's 2,500 people there waiting on you, and you're gonna sacrifice their money, hard-earned money, with them spend on things to work out a thing, make them feel, because you want take a stance against the promoter,
Not
because
only
you
that,
think he's not a nice guy based on hearsay.
See, hold on there. Not only that, I would say, because I'm looking at this from my perspective. Say I'm an artist and I want to do mic check, band check and everything. And if I don't do that, I don't feel comfortable going on the stage and go perform without doing all them stuff there. So maybe as for the artist, by not getting to do that, artists say, yo, I'm not going on the stage because I didn't get to check. You know?
I think there's more for artists, not even one, not two, three, four of them, to conspire to do plot this against a promoter. I think it's way deeper than that, and there's more.
When I think say conspire,
I think
I would say
if they all can come together and say, yo, we're not do this. It's something. There is a logical reason as to why they would go to that depth.
If more than one, anything.
It was a conspiracy, and they tried to involve everyone. And Kanye Stevens and Capitan would have none of that. They tried to include Capitan and Kanye Stevens, and they would have none of that.
But the question is why? It has to be a logical reason why. Because they're not going to go at somebody like that for no reason. I know there's a lot of hearsay.
No, but you're missing. It has no reason. This is bigger than why. It doesn't matter what the reason is if they're coming against me. We're talking about an event that you got your money already, and you're offered a part of the rest, and you have fans waiting on you. That trumps anything else, regardless of what you want to think about CC. It doesn't matter. That trumps that. The fans trump that. You already got most of your stuff. You got flown here. If you were conspiring, conspire before you come here. Conspire before you even got your money. Yeah. Don't get your deposit and have me fly you here and put you in a hotel, and then you're going to conspire. If you're going to do a conspiracy, do it before and just don't even take the date. But don't leave the fans hanging and then conspire against me. We're talking about the fans here. We're talking about the consumers.
So let me.
I don't sit there and run off and say, to hell with them, leave them at the hotel like some promoters. I'm trying to make it work because I'm thinking about the consumer.
All right, CC, have something to say, because I mean.
Listen, it's because.
Got you, Cupid.
I don't want to cut you, but as I'm saying, all of this happened because they thought that CC this Marcia Griffiths and everybody as reggae artists, that is like our queen.
Yes, that's true.
That's an excuse. But that's no. But that's
listen. I want to break it down to you exactly what happened. when
That's
them
an
see
excuse.
Master
That's
Griffith
not.
in the hotel, me personally know when show I keep, CC have 1 million sitting around that door. And for some reason, and he have a staff, a people, and do, because sometimes when we need to find out about this and that, he must say, all right, call this person and get this ticket from this person or whatever. There was a breakdown in communication with somebody not letting CC know that Master Griffiths was at the hotel, because I can vouch for CC. CC, nah, no promoter is going to do that. No promoter in them right mind are going to say somebody, a legend like Master Griffiths, and leave them in a hotel or whatever. It was a mistake.
So I would say misunderstanding.
I think that's what
even,
happened.
but listen,
and when them come and see her, she was upset.
But we're missing, something here.
And
you
the
know.
whole of the artists
We're
them put
talking
together
about.
and say, you know
Hold
what?
on, Cupid. Hold on, Cupid. Let me hear what I'm
Go
saying.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, CC.
But we're missing the point. The point that I want to make, right? And that's why I personally sent a message to Marcia on WhatsApp a while ago. How disappointed I am. Marcia, you have worked with me numerous times before. We're fine. That's one of the reasons why I can take my phone up and call Marcia and say, Marcia, I need you for a show for such and such a date. So I'm woefully disappointed with her with that. Because even if she wanted to do the rehearsal and for whatever reason, she could still come back and say, no, this is something different. This has never happened with me and CC before.
Right,
like,
absolutely.
You know,
based upon the experience and the relationship
so
that you guys had in the past.
I'm not accepting that. I will not. I refuse to accept that. I've worked with her 9 times. I refuse to accept that.
Something more.
That
probably was just a scapegoat. That was probably
it's a scapegoat. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's a scapegoat.
Since that happened, they just use that as what it is.
It's a scapegoat.
Yeah.
So I have a question from one of the.
I feel sorry. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something else. I feel sorry for Busy's band. Busy's band, I had to pay them an additional $1,600 to back Marcia Griffith. So that was side money, additional money they were gonna make. In addition to backing Busy. So I know how they must have felt having to leave because of this decision not to negotiate with me, because they were going to make extra money too to go home for their family. So I know how upset they were.
Got you.
To see that Busy, he can afford to do that, but the band is not rich. They want to make that little money.
Okay, we need to hear from the band as well. Now, I have one question from some of the viewers. A couple of them is saying, why haven't you issue an apology earlier? Why did you wait so long to issue an apology?
Good question.
No. I don't think that was long. I don't think that was long. Monday, as a matter of fact, let me explain something to you. After that show, I never slept. I never slept until Monday night. Because I still remember I had over 50, an entourage of over 50 here. So after the show, I still had to go about business. It's not like I'm going to say, okay, the show flopped and some of the artists never performed, so I'm now make them get home. I still had to get them to airport. Some of them had to leave from Miami, some had to leave from Fort Lauderdale, some had to leave from Orlando Airport. I still had to organize and get everybody out of here.
Well, I guess.
So I was in no position. I never slept. I was in no position to deal with that. I had to finally when the last person left about 8 in the evening on Monday evening, that's when I literally fell out because I never slept. I literally walked and I fell in the bed. I was knocked out without even taking my clothes off. I was exhausted.
I can only imagine.
And I rested, and then I got up in the morning. I thought about everything, and I went to my wife, and I said, videotape me right now. And I did not edit anything. I didn't write anything down. Everything came straight from my heart. I freestyled everything. I never even edited. I never even looked at it. She took one take, videotaped me, and when it was done, I tell her, upload it to my page. That was it. All from my heart.
Got you.
And there's somebody else is saying, if Busy didn't have done that video, you would not have issued an apology. Can you clarify that for them? Because there's people that
That's ridiculous. First of all, I barely responded to his apology. I barely respond. Now is when I feel like responding to his video. I was not even paying attention to his thing. Matter of fact, I would never, even if I was in a position to do an apology on Monday, I would have never done it based on his video. I let him have his day. You know when they say let you have your day in court, I let him have his day on social media. Every puss have them, every puss have them day and every dog have them one. I let him have his day. I said, go ahead, kill the airwaves. I'm good. I know I'm coming from the heart. I know I'm doing this for the love. It is never about money. That's why some people who hate me will have problems with me, with investors and stuff like that. Because I will look at an investor and I say, I know I owe you this money, but the fans is what comes first. And any investor that may run around this town and say CC owe them money, I guarantee you they can tell you that CC thinks about the consumer before anything else.
Quick question.
Go ahead.
Quick question. Based on the experience this time around, and I think you have stated that over the amount of shows you have done, this is about the 6th time you have a little misunderstanding.
I've done over 2,000 shows, and maybe it's about it's between 6. It could be 10, but even if it's 10, it's 0.5%. It's less than 1%.
Right. So
I dare anyone in the entire universe to match that record.
The question I'm asking, leading towards that now, is based on the negative experience, how do you see the way forward as far as possible not...
I do it for the love, I do it for the likes. I do it for the love, I do it for the likes. I will never leave reggae music. I don't care. I will do an event of me wanting that I'm not care.
All right,
reggae music.
Real mix.
I want to
care.
All right, can you clarify something for me? Because, I mean, like I said, I'm responding for the viewers and stuff. Now, there's people saying that most of these stuff you're saying don't make any sense because you rob a whole bunch of people. Can you reiterate on that?
That's what?
That you say you rob a whole bunch of people. What do you have to say to them in regards to that? Because that's one of the main things that I hear people talk about all the time, saying you lie and you rob a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, well... The only way, first of all, that's a lie, and that's just basically haters saying that. But this rob thing comes from, like, there's a couple of investors that will invest in something, and when they lose, they come back to me and say I have to pay them. And if I owe them, then they have to go out there and say I robbed them. Because I am not. When an investor comes to me, like there was one time, I'll never forget. There's this guy named Mike. And I had a show in Jacksonville. I'll never forget. Never forget. I borrowed $5,000 from him. Matter of fact, he offered me $5,000, right? Mm-hmm. To come in the show. I had the show with Beanie Man and Barrington Levy and a few other people. The show flopped. When him look at him, see the crowd, him come, you know what he said to me? CC, don't bother go to the hotel, go pick up Beanie Man. Left him, because me I forget my $5,000. Me can't afford to lose it.
Oh, my God.
So, let me tell you, that's why, back in the day when I used to do events, and I had my own thing going, I may have my own money, me just do my thing and shut my eye, and have the money ready for the people then. I took hits that people can't even imagine of when I had my money. Once I deal with investors, it become a little shabby, because guess what? An investor come and him look like him now see money come, him don't want to come off with nothing.
Him start cry.
And me have to find a way to find it. And then the investor come and him take a chance, and if it lose all of a sudden
it's about you.
If the show lose, him come back and say, boy, CC owe him and CC rob him. Mm-hmm. And there's been a couple of people like that.
No,
I
that's
don't know
understandable.
About a lot of people. There's a couple. I don't know about a lot. It ain't no lot. But like the guy in Jacksonville, he said he want back him, give him back him 5,000. No, he can't afford to lose. Left Beanie Man them at the hotel. I said, I don't work like that. I said, I don't work like that. There is people there where me have to cater to. So guess what? Hold me to it. Me have to go owe you that. And that man, I had a show in Orlando that Sunday with Beanie Man them. As a matter of fact, that was my first Caribbean Splash, 1997. Let me give you a history. 1997, that was my first Caribbean. Man, follow me around the entire day. People thought he was my bodyguard. He followed me around the entire day for him $5,000.
What is
Wow.
And I ended up giving him $2,000 that day, and it took me about another 2 weeks before me pay him the $5,000. And I said, don't ever come to me to invest in nothing again.
So,
Luckily, it was only $5,000.
let me ask you a question, Cece. Let me ask you a question, because some of the fans them is asking, they would like to know, as far as refund go, how does that work?
I'm doing a makeup show. If I can't do a makeup show, then then I consider refund. But I'm doing a makeup show.
Okay.
I'm doing a makeup show. So I can't do refund and makeup show.
You're only human. You're only human.
I'm only human.
There's only so much
you
you
know,
can
I'm
do.
only human.
Yeah,
and
man.
I took a huge loss. So I'm hoping that the refund happen, because I'm hoping that the free show happen.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that happen, because if that don't happen, me don't know how it's going to go. Because me don't know how me can afford to pay all them people. Because me don't have it.
Hey, you know what I like, though? I like how you keep it real. You keep it at 100. I like that. I like that.
So, no.
CC.
Yeah, man.
Big up yourself, man. I applaud you, man. I mean, I've worked with you over the years. I mean, I've known what you've done for the city. When I first came to Orlando, if you didn't hear about Mr.CC, you were living under a rock. And
Real talk.
That was in 1996. I've been to Firestone.
Yeah.
I've been everywhere you've been. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I mean, we had our ups and downs, but at the end of the day, I know you do it for the love, because I've been to your shows. I've worked on your shows.
Wait, who this?
It's a pudgy, man. It's a pudgy. Super pudgy.
Okay. No, when you say ups and downs, me say, Ralph, who this?
No, man, you know we go through, man. You know, promoter and selector always have
Yeah. I never know. I didn't know who at first. Yeah, go ahead.
But at the end of the day, we know you do it for the love, because if you didn't do it for the love, you wouldn't continue to do it. I see you take classes.
Yeah.
I've known you take classes, but then at the end of the day, 90% of the time, you kept phenomenal shows in Orlando that I've been a part of and that I've enjoyed and I've seen and I worked on. So, I mean, you're wrong. At the end of the day, I'm not going to pick up for you, because you're wrong too, and the artist them. But look at both on the wrong. You know what I'm saying? I wish Busy City would have came out and acknowledges fans, just like the Prophet did, because the Prophet
well, again, contractually, he wasn't wrong. Contractually.
I mean,
if he hides behind the black and white, he's not wrong.
No,
But
you're right. If you
which is right.
We're all human. We're all human. And we're supposed to have a heart.
I think fans are more important than the black and white.
Exactly.
Exactly.
The fans, just like as a selector, I always preach, when people spend them $20, it's not about us. It's about the people who come spend them $20. So Busy should have find it in I'm off. Say, all right, I never get all of the money. I can go out there and at least make the people know some there. Little something happen, but just try assure the people them something. But he did not do that. So I kind of lose off him for that, because I came to see Busy. I've known you, Bron Capleton.
But not only that, look how much money it costs just to bring him here.
Yeah.
Look how much money it costs to bring him. Look how much money the man say I'm a thief. And so what I'm saying is, okay, you got your deposit. What are you doing with that money? Because the fans ain't getting it, and I ain't getting it, and you gone. But you calling me a thief like I stole money from the fans. I have receipts from my expenses. I ain't no thief. I spend more than than came in. You have money I sit on right now. What you are doing with it? It's coming like you thief me. You look like you are the thief. It's like you for reverse this thief statement.
Well, see, all I can tell you is just keep your head up, brother. You know what I'm saying? You say you do it for the love, so I know you're going to continue to do it, because them can't get you out.
Man.
Because I know millions of times them try to get you out, and you're still there.
It's still there.
And you're still a push through it. And like you said, you do it for the love, and you don't do it for the like. So just keep continuing to do that. Because when it comes to a show, when it comes to a show, there's nobody that can put on a show like you. And that is one thing I always lift my head up to. When it comes to putting a production together, that's why you're great for Mr.CC, the reggae ambassador. That's what you're great for. So just keep your head up, bro. And just continue with what you're going to do, man. You know, see what I'm saying?
All right. Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, just to let you guys know, we have 2 minutes on the clock right now before we, log off the show. But Mr.CC,
But no. You know
go
something?
ahead.
You know something? I have something I'm going to address, because someone brought it up on my page, and I need to address it. So, because I have nothing to hide, As a matter of fact, I'm supposed to do
Whole
an
attack them,
interview
Mr.
in
CC. Whole attack them really quick.
Call
We have
from
some.
unknown caller. To add this caller
We're
to
gonna
your
add a
current
call to the line. Hold
press
on.
5. To accept, press 1. To send a... I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Wagwana Road. Hello?
Caller,
Hello?
You're live, Wagwana Road.
Yeah. Yeah. Hello? Time run out?
Yeah, man. No, go on. Talk to me. Clear the ear.
Yeah, so now one more thing. All right. So one of the artists that was involved in the conspiracy is Conscience. Let me explain something to you. In 2012, which someone rightly said, I had Conscience, right? And he didn't perform, and people bun me out, and Ray, and Conscience bun me out. Conscience, let me tell you how it went down. My Virgin Footworks designed a flyer for Conscience. I was negotiating with the management. I negotiated a price for $6,000, and it was agreed on.
Call from unknown caller. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
CC.
Wagwana Road.
Not much.
Speak up, caller.
CC, you still there?
No, but I'm listening to this conversation and I had to call.
Who is this? Who is this?
Caller, state your name, please.
Sandra.
Talk to me, Sandra.
CC still there?
You like him cut
Yeah,
off.
I have to call and really. You say, we just listen to CC, make these statements, right? And respect to the promoter, yes. But it's a trend what CC has. In always I put on a show and I walk the artist and I negotiate and I strong arm the artist then. And that is not right. It's a business and that's why dancehall music is struggling behind soca music, you know, because we're not professional in the way we do it. We can't expect to bring people here on a contract and then strong arm them on the back end. That is not right. Right? And if you're going to Walmart and you want to buy something, you have to pay the people them for them goods. You can't say, yeah, I'm going to owe you next week, I'm going to come back next week. That is not right, CC. It is not right. And we cannot continue down this trend in just saying, do it for the love and do it for the like. If you don't have the things in order, don't do it at all. Right? Because I know you're wrong, the artist, and you're wrong, the people.
The question is though, why you think it's just intentional or circumstances happen along the way, which by default enable him to resort to that?
I think if you listen to CC apology and you listen to CC in talking now, him do it not every show, but it's not the first time, it's not the second time, it's not the third time, right? Veteran people in this community not going to a CC show because they know the artist not coming, right? If it's a one time it happens, you make sure you don't happen again. But people who've been in this community long enough, most people not going to a CC show are them go with low expectations that the artist is gonna be there.
Right.
And that is the truth.
So it's a trend.
Now you make a trend out of it. It's a trend thing. Right?
Okay.
And you know, before me hear about this conspiracy thing, you know, my whole thought was something along that line. I believe that these artists heard of some form of trend or reputation, but they still agree. They still agree to go along with the program to see how it will turn out. And
because
when
nobody else not do it for them.
And when them realize it's going that way, then that's the reason why me believe them go so hard. You know?
That is not true. Because what I have, from what I've heard, right, is that certain of those artists on the program specifically said they're not booking any shows with CC, and CC go around the people them ping and use other people name and bring the people them to the show, and it's when them get here and committed to the program, them realize they CC and end up in the same bang around.
Oh.
So like you do a lot.
Where's CC?
Let me try to get it.
People that can talk and tell people things. Just tell them the truth. And I say, you know what? I had hope to turn out good, but stop accuse people of conspiracy and this and that.
All the line, baby. All Hold the line,
Don't
baby.
hang up.
Don't hang up. Hold the line. Hold the line. Hold the line.
We're going to get him back on the line.
Hold the line. Hold the line. Shit, hang up. Shit, hang up.
Bring him back so we can ask him before we cut off the line. We'll give 1 more minute or so. So we're just going to hear CC point of view on this. And then it's the last round to be continued this Sunday from 6 to 8 o'clock. This is to be continued this Sunday. You know, we, from here, yes.
Yeah, my brother. Sorry about the disconnect there.
Oh, disconnect, yeah.
Yeah, we had someone calling, was trying to merge the call, but unfortunately got cut off. And, you know, she had some strong point. I don't know if you were listening and hear her.
No, I couldn't hear.
Okay, well, her remarks was, it seems as if this has been a trend. And it's been known that this has been a trend with you. And, you know, it's like you're trying to...
But again, the trend. Okay. But when people come up with that, I need specifics. I need dates. I need dates.
Right.
A trend.
That's what I was trying to get that out of her, but
because
she couldn't pin down anything specific.
Exactly, and that's why people just talk, and it's all this hearsay, and they go to artists with this hearsay and the trend. First of all, I just came off doing 3 shows back to back to back. I did Barry Simon at Hard Rock, I did Shaggy at Rum Jungle, and I did Sizzler. 3 shows back to back. What trend are you talking about?
All right, Mr.CC.
That's 3 shows without any mishaps right there. So what's your point? You know, I need dates.
Somebody commented says that you never learned from Mellow Room 2 years ago. What happened at Mellow Room 2 years ago?
Well, Mellow Room 2 years ago. Mishaps right. Yeah, I need what happened in Mellow Room 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I had a show, my birthday bash.
All right, basically what the fans are saying is Mellow Room 2 years ago, they state that when you showed up with the artist, the people inside the Mellow Room had to come out. So they didn't get to see no one perform.
Which show was that?
2 years ago, Mellow Room.
Yeah, which artist?
I believe that artist was...
That's the one with Coco T?
Yeah, actually, they did say something about Coco T.
Yeah, Coco T and Sanchez.
They said busy signal here about Coco T and Sanchez. That's why I never want to perform. That's what somebody commented.
Yes. Yeah, Coco T didn't perform. But guess what? Yeah, Coco T had met in an accident. He had a tour. Like I said, it's always, again, we go back to my favorite song, Dennis Brown. What about the half that's never been told?
That's why we're trying to get the other half.
Coco T was on a tour. So I state facts. Coco T was on a tour. He came here 4 days before my date. I put him up in a resort over in by Kissimmee, in a house, and gave him a rental for the entire time. We went to Mailer Room, and him and Louis Culture did a drop that we're here, da-da-da, and all, and the show is coming. The night of the show, Coco T had back spasm. I argued with him because I was really upset because I said, regardless of how you're feeling, I need you to come here and show your face. But he had back spasm. He had a car accident. He had a show in Atlanta 2 days after that, and he never went either. He canceled that because he had back spasm. Matter of fact, MMI, I had to take him to MMI Healthcare and get him treated. And he was here 3 days after, even when he didn't show up. I still had him here 3 days at the house that I paid for with the rental that I had for him. People need to understand all this stuff.
I hear you.
To this day, he owes me a show. And a matter of fact, he was supposed to be on this show, but because the timing was tight because he had to go on the cruise on Monday. So he was scared to do that Sunday and not get back in time on Monday. Because I was going to have him and he was going to work with Caperton Band.
All right. All right, Mr.CC.
So anybody can hit me with anything and dates and anything. I have nothing to hide. Nothing.
Okay, what we're gonna do, we're gonna continue this on Sunday, and if anybody have any feedback, you can stay tuned. We will be here again from 6 to 8 o'clock on Sunday to be continued with this subject because a lot of people do have a lot of things to say. But right now we're gonna wrap it up. And Mr. CC, I do thank you very much for tuning in and explaining yourself. I think you kind of clarify some things, even though people still have their opinion. Okay, I'm gonna let's Pudgy have something to say.
Yeah, you can never. I know.
Yeah, you still,
I know.
you shed some light.
Knowledge of remember Garnet. Knowledge of remember Garnet Silk, If you do wrong, they complain. Even if you call the father's name,
it's the CM.
What they want us to do.
Pudgy, what you got to say?
Yeah.
Mr.CC, just like I said, just keep your head up and just keep doing what you do. You know what I'm saying? You do shows, that's your thing, and like you said it before, you do not do it for the likes, you do it for the love of the community. So just keep doing. If you can't fix the situation, I know you're gonna fix it because you know why? I've seen you do a free show before. I was a part of it, so I've known. Yep. I've seen artists come and did not work, and you still managed to keep a free show. I've seen you bring Taurus free at Lux. I've seen you doing a lot of things. So just hopefully you can fix it and get it right, my brother, and just continue.
And hopefully them don't conspire and do the free show. Hopefully they don't conspire and don't do the free show because they don't do the free show. We don't know it all because we don't have money for pay back everybody.
Just keep your head up, brother. Just keep your head up. Man.
Something not gonna work. How we say we go on a road, anything we go on a road, have to go on a road the right way. You understand?
We're gonna make sure you go on a road, right?
Make sure you go on a road.
All right. To the person that was asking that they want the solution, that is the solution from Mr. CC himself. He will try to do a free show to, give back to whoever claimed they lost something or who's requesting a refund. He is trying to get a free show done. Hopefully not conspire against him and not do the show. But that's his solution to this whole issue. Like I said, we're going to continue this show on Sunday. Make sure you stay tuned from 6 to 8 o'clock. We're going to continue. I want to give Mr. CC a big thank you for, calling in and clarifying everything, what's going on. You did shed some light on some unanswered question. So we do appreciate that. At this time, we are going to tune out. And thanks to everybody who tuned into Wagwana Road. Put big up yourself.
Yeah.
Cupid and Prophet, thanks for calling in as well. People, like I said.
Yeah, man, okay.
Hold on, Cupid, you want to finish? Cupid, you have 1 minute.
Uncle Cupid, big up yourself.
You have 1 minute. You have 1 minute, Cupid.
Just like this, what you guys are doing. And I want you guys to keep up what you guys are doing because what you guys are doing is big and it's very necessary for the town. You give and speak to the community, and it's a big thing on our door. I don't know if you keep it up, and I hope that all of the events that's keeping in town, you guys get Wagwan involved.
Make sure y'all recommend Wagwan Road. Another thing as well, make sure we did the live interview from the event this Sunday, so make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're gonna have all the live interview with the feedback from the artists as well. We have the live interview from Capleton. If you don't want to hear Capleton opinions, the Prophet himself, we did the live interview, so it will be available on our YouTube channel, as well as from the customers and the supporters that came out. We have feedback, so you can hear how they felt about the whole situation. Stay tuned, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you'll see the exclusive details because we're making know Wagwana Road. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
Big up.
So it's a question, because the situation said I wasn't really there to show. Talk to me about the selectors then. What really go on with the selectors then?
Who?
As far as...
What are you talking about?
Oh, Lord.
My bad. Pudgy.
As a selector, I want to give a
CC, you still there?
No. As a selector that was there at the show, I didn't work at the show, but I was watching the show. I want to big up to all of the selectors them. Big up Street Vibes. Big up Black Roses. Big up Super Twitch. Big up Kev, the host, because even though with all the drama and everything, the selectors them forget them acknowledgement, because if it wasn't for the selectors them,
straight
bottles and all kind of thing would have gone. I mean, we established the artist this situation, but without the selectors them, nothing cannot go on.
That's true.
Big up to Black Roses. And if people don't even know, somebody threw a bottle at Super Blacks. But we're not gonna, we don't have to dwell on that. It is what it is. I understand the fans was frustrated, but we cannot leave out the selectors who put in the work for that show. So like I said, big up to Super Blacks, big up to DJ Ding, Street Vibes, Super Twitch, Big up to the host, Kevy Kev. And like I said, Mr. CC, big up yourself. Just keep your head up. And big up to all of the promoters in the city. Big up to all of the selectors, them. You know, there's a lot of great stuff coming up before the year ends. And, you know, big up to everybody. You know, you got the Hennessy Fest coming up. Big up Midas. Don't forget, say, Viral Kings. Big up on the
Viral King.
You know, say,
we got tickets to give away.
See, we got tickets to give
away.
Carry on, big up yourself. You know, say Sunday. I'm going to try to make it back to the show next week, Wednesday, because, you know, we had the CC thing. But next week, Wednesday, I got to try and make it back in our building. Big up to everybody. I hope you have a safe classic weekend, because, you know, it's classic weekend, and, you know, the place are kind of rowdy. But just be careful on the road and support your favorite DJ.
All right. Remember this weekend we have Wonder Party coming up. Also we have Fashion Affair. Also Sunday we have Bushy thing as well.
Yes.
The Money Girls and Fun. So we have 3 events to look out for this weekend. Make sure to share and support and help promote the events as well.
Yes.
Like I said, this is Gwan Road. And thank you everybody for tuning in. Put your big up on yourself. Until Sunday.
Much love. Much love.
Respect.
Much love.
Yes, sir. Finally finished early. We off the air?
Yes. Off the air.
Finally finished early.
I feel bad for him at the same time, but then I don't feel bad for him because...
That's why I asked. That's what he said. He said Capleton take a cut.
I understand why Capleton did it, because Capleton has been doing this for years.
Man, I gotta keep him sure.
Man, you know what I'm saying?
Man, I gotta protect him.
At the end of the day, it comes down, like I said earlier in with him, it's about the fans. Then.
Exactly.
Like I was disappointed in you. You got
that what Capleton said.
We
interviewed.
Oh, he interviewed. Yeah. So that what him said.
Yes, we have it.
In the rate, we're busy though then.
No.
In the rate.
No, him not gonna rate that.
Okay, no. Okay, cool.
Not gonna rate that, dog.
All right, you see the thing now.
We need to get busy.
The conspiracy thing. I feel like when artists they are from Friday. So what?
Hola, brother. Hola.
Nah, man, we're good, man. Let me get it on the way. All right, man. We're just talking. We're not talking about it.
Yeah, don't forget that time for the year.
Are you messing with your phone on the corner? You're fine, man.
At the end of the day, the conspiracy thing.
YouTube still up. Did you close out YouTube?
No.
Okay, we have to hear. Good.
I think we're good still.
Go ahead, talk, Pudgy.
I mean, at the end of the day, the artists they are from Friday. Artists them not them. Look, I know how.
Shit, see YouTube still live.
See, anything to make it up. So you might avoid it.